2.
And
Check
just
1, 2.
follow the route of the person in front of you while following the piper.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hey now. All right. Live in the air age here in the Utica Curling Club. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Utica Curling Club. Dave Cragnolan, ice side here with Tim Crofton. We are going to bring you the finals of the 2020 Mixed Championship Playdowns, our playdowns for our Cobb tournament next month. And the contestants for today's 4 events are heading out to the ice as we speak. And I'm happy to have Tim Crofton alongside here today, and we're going to bring you all the action of our A event final, which is the team of Mike Kessler, Liz DiGeronimo, Mike DiGeronimo, and Ann Stuhlman, against the team of Roger Rowlett, Michelle McEnroe, Howie Feldman, and MJ Walsh. Hope that you all sit back and enjoy the game with us, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you.
Yep, thanks, Dave, as we have our piper bringing everyone onto the ice. Been a busy weekend here at the Utica Curling Club. Everybody's been a lot of curling. Ice has been in great shape, thanks to the ice crew.
Yeah, that's nice to give a shout out to our volunteer ice crew, which always manages to give us nice fast ice to play on. And always give a shout out to the restaurant crew and the bar crew as well for putting up with us all weekend. Curlers being offered the ice today by Dave Palazzoli, longtime member of the Utica Curling Club, and his granddaughter, and I am sorry to say that I do not know her name, and I'll apologize for that ahead of time.
Claire. It's Claire.
And I've just been instructed that her name is Claire, so we'll give a shout out to them as well, to her as well. Ceremonial drink coming. Resident curler and trumpeter Mike DeMeo will give us the national anthem here this morning on his trumpet. Beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner on the trumpet by Mike DeMeo.
And now the toast, the ice crew, and ice crew turning over the ice to the curlers. Where does this come from, Dave? I have no idea.
I am not sure. Every curling tournament that I've ever played in since 1990 has done a ceremonial toast. I think it's just become a sort of a standard in curling tournaments. Every one that I've ever played in has certainly had a toast.
Is everybody ready? Congratulations to all the finalists. Hope you have the best game of your career. We'd like, again, let's thank the Bond School Chairman. Let's thank the Ice Committee. And thank God we're all here. What a day. Toast. The ice is yours.
And our ceremonial toast is Drambuie, and now Drambuie is basically whiskey with a little bit of honey in it, right? It's a little sweet.
I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. It's a liqueur.
I'm surprised it's not like, a single malt or something like a Speyside or an Isla or something like that.
Might affect the play, I guess, if you get into a single malt.
I mean, Drambuie's not the easiest, lightest liqueur in the world either. So.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And obviously some people choose not to partake beforehand. It's just a little dram, but some people do have apple juice or ginger ale. So we're just about to get underway. We're going to be highlighting sheet 3 here today at the Utica Curling Club. Out of the 6 sheets that we have, as Dave indicated, we've got 4 games going on, the A, B, C, and D finals. And so as we said in sheet 3, we'll talk. Obviously, we'll keep everybody up to date on scores around the sheets. You can see on our screen here we have the other games in process. We'll update you as the scores get hung throughout the afternoon today. So the team's taking their initial slides.
We may have on our score board. We may not have at the onset of the game the right colors that are being thrown. Yep. We'll make that adjustment as they flip a coin to see who decides to go last, and who gets to choose what color.
Right. Man, these guys look like pros out here, Dave. I mean,
this should be a very entertaining curling game.
I'm watching these first slides, and it's I know that one of the things when you go to a Bonspiel out of town, it's like you kind of keep an eye on the other team and see how they're sliding. And I'm watching these people. They're just they look, just, of course, very experienced players here.
Definitely,
really. Not their first rodeo.
Oh, not at all. There's probably a couple hundred years of experience out on the ice, I'm guessing. Coin flip has been determined. It looks as though Team Rowlett is getting into the hack. That would be MJ Walsh, the lead. And I think they're going to throw yellow rocks, which we're all set there on the scoreboard with.
We got lucky on that when we rolled the dice and chose well.
In sheet 4, Convoy's throwing blue, so that's okay. And we're about ready to get underway here. Sit back and enjoy. We always like to take feedback on the quality of our feed as far as sound and picture. You can certainly, if you're in the chat room with us, let us know how that looks and sounds out there.
As we say in the ham radio business, is it 5x5?
Good
and clear.
Yeah, we're underway. Should shape up and be a very entertaining game.
And Chroma is blue. She has blue stones on sheet 2, so we're correct on that one. And Hagbird has red. We got all 4 of them right, Dave.
We did. Wow.
Should go
Something better be lucky than good sometimes.
Yeah.
Nice center guard here from MJ with the opening stone. Glad to see Ann Stolman back out on the ice. She's been nursing a bit of a sore knee and certainly one of our excellent lady curlers in the club. It's good to see her be able to play in the final game today. Liz Cato subbed for her. I'm not sure if once or twice over the weekend. Once for sure that I know of. I wasn't here for the whole Bonspiel, but good to see Ann out there.
I think Mike asked for that one to come in. Draw around.
Looks like nice weight here from Ann. Just going to make the rings.
Look at that.
Behind the center guard. Mike Kessler trying to get an idea of what draw weight is early in the game, as you and I know that the weight and the speed of the ice does change after the original pebble gets leveled off a little bit.
Yeah, and you look at these first two shots. First end, everybody's trying to figure things out. You can tell the quality and the experience of these folks. They just good center line guard and a draw into the house, into the top 12. So
MJ waving down to Roger that she thought she put a little bit too much on this one. Gave it a little push. Just through the house. Not sure if that hung around in the back or not.
yeah, it might be a biter. You never know.
Hard to tell from this angle with the camera.
And Mike Kessler calling for another come around.
Appears to be a little bit heavy. And in fact it is. So as Tim just mentioned, the early in the game it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game to figure out the speed of the ice. And our ice has been very, very fast.
Yeah,
which can be hard to adjust to sometimes.
Yeah, so both leads had good, in front of the guard and top 12, and then they both threw deep. So they're, you want that Goldilocks.
Sure.
One light, one deep. And next
somewhere
one
in the middle.
Next time will be perfect. Yeah.
Howie Feldman, first rock of the day. Looks like he's going to run it onto the blue one. And he's get it over the top of it.
One winds up being a corner guard for the Gold Rocks.
Yeah, now with Hammer, Mike's got one on the, counting one on the top. He'll try to get one behind this yellow corner. Set himself up for a multiple score in the end. It could fool me, but it looks a little heavy. And in fact, it is. So the players are struggling a little bit early here, trying to find draw weight. I was talking to Mike DiGeronimo before the game, and he was talking about their game yesterday afternoon, that he was having a tough time with finding the right speed. Howie Feldman all over this rock on the top 12. And he'll leave it right there like a nice center guard. Very well thrown.
Yeah, Howie's he's a takeout specialist. I mean, he never seems to miss a shot there. All right, Mike DiGeronimo taking another hit on the gold rock that Howie just threw, so he takes that out.
Probably would have liked to kept that around behind the corner guard and basically starting over here. I don't think that yellow rock, if it is, I don't believe it's on the rings.
I never appreciated how elusive the roll part is of the hit and roll.
Oh, it is.
That is so elusive, and to try to get that just on the right spot, the right weight, and obviously under cover, a corner guard or something like that is very often what you're trying to do.
Sure it is, especially if the ice is curling late.
Right.
You know, it looks like you hit it where you want to, and it still rolls out on you. Funny game in that respect.
Yep. So this is Michelle McEnroe's first rock. I think Roger was trying to pull this one in, right? Top four, what were we thinking? Or guard?
You know, I blinked my eyes, and I'm not sure what he was calling for. He's going on the rings for sure, so I'm assuming that that's what they wanted.
Top 12.
Now Liz DiGeronimo's first stone of the day. I think Mike would love to hit and roll to his right, our left, looking down the ice behind this yellow guard, and keep it on the rings.
Sweepers jumping all over that one. Two strong sweepers, too, with Mike and Ernst.
It's going to go the other way.
Yeah.
And it might, I don't know that that's not going to stick around either. So we're back to square one here in the first end.
Yeah, well, it's the first end, right? Often everybody's just trying to get a feel for the ice. And
Yep. Both real good teams like that are playing here right now. I wouldn't doubt that there's going to be a blank end or two in this game. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
So Michelle's second.
Nicely thrown there by Michelle.
Yeah, looks good.
They're working it. They're working it hard to get it there. I think they got the rings.
Weight looks good, yeah.
Nicely thrown. Mike wasting no time to have Liz get rid of this rock. He's looking for hit and roll here. I think he'd like to stay underneath that yellow. He's got a guard there. I'm sure he'd like to use it if he can. She set this one out a little bit straighter. And it looks like this one might get. No, it just rolled. It's actually going to stick around. Not quite. No, not quite.
Looks like it's just off.
Yeah.
So Roger putting it back. Well,
Yeah, no sense
Michelle-
changing the recipe here
yeah,
at this
but-
point,
Yeah,
right?
Michelle made two nice draws to top 12, and Roger said, well, we know the line, we know the path, we should know the weight.
Down to skip rocks here in the first end. Team Kessler with hammer and the blue stones. Our event final. Both teams, win or lose, will go to the Cobb as either Utica 1 or 2. And then the winners of the other three events will be Utica 3, 4, and 5. And of course, ceremoniously, we'll always draw one out of the hat, too, of the remaining teams that did not make championship game. And Roger with his first stone of the morning.
Looks like they're staying off of it.
Nice weight
Might
here.
be a little, yeah, it looks good. Be a little deeper than he wanted it. Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
it really did. Might have fooled Howie. He wasn't too sure about the weight of that one, but back house, and I think Michael hit this rock without question. Flopping it in front of the yellow one wouldn't be a bad spot for it. The one in the back. Putting on a possible jam there.
You think he cares about a double?
No.
He's gonna nose it.
I think what he'd like to do is hit about half a rock and flop right over in front of the yellow one.
Yep.
And make the Rogers takeout attempt a little bit more tedious. Mike has last rock here.
It's kind of like, it's like pool, right? It's not what you hit; it's where you leave the next shot.
The old snooker shot.
The snooker shot.
Quite often you can play that snooker game in curling.
Looks like he's a little narrow on this one.
Pretty much, no, he's going to roll out. Maybe not. No, it's going to hang around in the back. Good spot for it.
Okay, so it looks like blue is shot in the back there. That back yellow looks like it might be a biter. I think that's what we got right now. Looks like Roger is going to try to take this one out.
Yep, like the hit and stick.
Hit and stick, is that, yeah.
Sure.
Ice is tight, so he's going to be putting some weight on this one.
As we said earlier in the end, I expected to see some blank ends, and certainly this end is shaping up like a blank end. But there's always that, oops, I missed one.
Came out a little narrow on this one. They're going to try to hold it. I think it's all over it. Don't know if it's going to stick yet. Yeah. Oh.
And now down to the hammer stone here in the first end. Mike will undoubtedly play for a blank end here.
And just being a biter in the back of the house, that shouldn't be too much of a question. So as long as you're not
on the nose.
Not on the nose, you're pretty much set up. And I see that a lot when I watch some of the world curling. They're always kind of setting up some of these shots. They're setting these stones toward the back of the house so that you really have to make sure not to spill the shooter if you're trying to keep it. So at the pro level, they certainly have a little more control over some of those shots than we do at the amateur level.
Well said. Uh-oh.
He's got a piece of that.
And mission accomplished there for Mike. Came up hard on him there. Came up real, curled up real hard.
Yeah.
So one blank end in the books. I expect that we may see more than one today.
And that means that the hammer for the second end still stays with Mike Kessler's team, so yellow will have, or excuse me, blue will have hammer. Second end. MJ Walsh with her first stone of the second end. Might be coming in on this one. Just center at solid top 8 on the center line.
Ideally, Mike would like to roll one way or the other, way out, just touching the 12-foot circle somewhere. Way out, making it more difficult to get to. Mission accomplished. Beautiful shot there from Ann.
I think Ann was listening to you, Dave. And the thing with this, especially now it's more prevalent with newer curlers, but these takeouts way out on the outside on the 12-foot are not the easiest ones in the world to make.
Oh, absolutely.
I know I've missed my share of them.
That's fact. It's not an exclusive club.
No. And the ice can do some strange things out
Yep,
there, right?
it
It's
can
a little
curl up.
frosty, could have a straight line or a little bit of a dish or a bowl shape to it.
Good shot there from MJ. Going to hang around. Developing into a little cat and mouse game here early. Hard to steal if you don't have guards, you know?
Right. Sweeper's hard on this one. Trying to hold it. Looks like they got it. Nose hit.
Yeah, it looks like it backed up a little.
Yeah.
Put the brooms down and it flattened out.
This is looking like the first end all over again.
Exactly. You know what will happen in a curling game like this? You're going to have a couple of really clean ends, and then all of a sudden there's going to be 10 rocks in play. Guaranteed. Watch. Both real talented skips. But my guess is that one end is going to get messy somewhere along the line.
Yep. And talented teams too. I know some of these players have traveled and been very competitive around the country and in Canada. I mean, Roger just got back from a marathon session up north. He was out for what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
Curling? Yeah.
And he's a delight to curl with. I've curled with him
Yeah.
for a few years here now, and I've very much enjoyed curling with him. Not a lot going on here in our second end of play in our feature game, the A final. Everybody at 100% here so far. And Howie Feldman will continue that trend. This one may roll out on him. Actually, this one's going to roll out. Okay, starting over again here. Just heard Mike yell down to Mike DiGeronimo that he would like this rock tight to the rings or in, and he's going to change it up. They've been playing over on the other side. They know the ice over there. This will create a different shot to take it out. Certainly looks like it's on the rings. And then some.
And just to give you a few updates around the sheet, you can see after the first end, we've got Eric Crum's team up over the Brown team 1-0. On sheet 4, Tim Conboy's team up over the Moore team also 1-0. And Bob Kane 1-0 over Team Hagberg. So, seems like the Blues all scored. Are those Blue Rocks better, Dave?
Geez, I don't know. I guess if you throw them better, they are.
I know sometimes during league nights you look around and we see that, you know, the teams with the blue stones or with the red stones seem to be all the ones that won tonight. So
Yep, it's very true.
I don't know if it's the moon phases of the moon or something else going on there.
Good call. I'll buy that one. So Michelle Stone went onto the rings in the 8-foot. And Michael tried to just hit and roll as far away from the center as possible with this one. For the aforementioned, making it a little bit tougher to access. Okay. That changes it up. That would be the first miscue of the end. Roger's going to keep this rock away from that one, making it a difficult double. He'd love to force Mike to take one here.
Yeah, and I don't know. That looked like a new line. I mean, I don't want to put all the blame on Liz on that shot. They may not have been down that line. It may have run a little straighter than they expected.
Yep. Good looking shot coming here from Michelle. Just want to be in the full 8 foot here. Looks like it's all there. There's kind of a thin double there. Ideally for Mike here, he would like to take this shot rock out and freeze right over onto the yellow rock. Then he brings 2 back into play. Pretty much a nose hit here. Oh, he got a little roll out of it. Nicely thrown there from Liz.
And with these experienced players and experienced skips, Dave, this game's moving much faster than the other 3 games we've got going on.
Oh, definitely. So, and Mike and Roger both they make up their mind at what they want to throw, and they just set the broom and go.
Yep.
It's actually a good way to play the game of curling, too, because as novice curlers, you can get into a rhythm when you're moving the game right along. The slower pace the game, the more thought process, the more room for error, in my mind. But
I think your muscles get a little cool. You cool down a little bit.
For sure.
If you're playing front end, you want to stay kind of be sweeping end to end, but you want to stay warmed up. Right?
Yep, definitely.
Same is true in golfing, right? If you're kind of hitting and then waiting and then hitting and waiting, you just kind of lose that rhythm.
Absolutely.
Michelle calling hard for a sweep on this one.
Overbaked that one just a little bit. Okay. Leaves a pretty good double here for double opportunity for Mike.
So Dave, our piper is Clara Tyrell, right? Clara? Nice job, Clara. She happens to be sitting next to us in the booth today. She did an awesome job. Just want to give her a shout out. She didn't, the the hardest thing about piping on ice is not falling down. And you didn't fall down, so you did a great job. Yeah. Yeah. It sounded great. Good job.
Tim, also a piper, for those of you who know Tim. One of my bucket list things is to go to Scotland every year. In Edinburgh, they have a piping competition of sorts. It's an exhibition where I'm told anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 pipers all play at once. They say you can hear it from miles away. So Mike jammed the top stone into the back one, and Roger is sitting 1. Now the force is on here for Roger. If he can put one exactly static with the yellow rock and sit 1-2, that would be the idea. Then there'll be no double.
So Dave, if you want to go to Scotland here, bagpipers, go to the World Championships. It's the second weekend in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the creme de la creme. You get all the top pipe bands in the world there.
I've seen a rock band. There's the Village of Rosendale in the Catskills has a street festival every year, and I saw a hopped-up piper band with electric guitars and drums.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It was pretty spectacular to see these guys play the way they did, and it was about 100 degrees in the shade that day too.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not sure what the name of the band was, but they were big, brawny guys. They looked like soldiers, but they were honking away on the bags.
Okay, here comes Roger's draw.
Want to sit 1 and 2 here if you're Roger. Right on the tee line would be ideal spot for this. A little heavy, but that'll work fine. 1 and 2. So the force is on. He's going to force Mike to take one here and put a little pressure on Mike as well. If he rolls out, Roger will steal.
All right, so I'm going to try using some technology here.
All right.
So for my first time. So where's Mike want to put this one?
Well, this is the last rock, is it not? So he's either got to draw or it looks like he's drawing. Roger sitting 1 and 2. So Team Rowlett played a perfect steal type end and a perfect force type end. After the blank end, he'd love Mike to take one and get the hammer back. Looks like Mike's going to draw, and he'll use this yellow rock that's shot rock as a backer if he's a little heavy. So you asked about ideal. Anywhere out counting the yellow ones would be ideal.
That's right. That's right.
Line looks real good. Sure looks like a good throw here from Mike. And he's pretty much all over the 4-foot. Nice shot there from Mike to get his 1. Roger's got to be pretty happy with that.
The force. So after 2 ends of play, it's the Kessler Rink up 1-0 over Team Rowlett. Don't see any other second end scores. They haven't finished yet. So as I said, you know, this team is playing a little quicker than the other 3 we have on the sheets. So. All right, on Stuhlman's first shot.
Great opening rock.
MJ Walsh asked for a bring one into the house.
There's some theories about setting up corner guards here, but at the level that we play this game of curling, establishing the 4-foot early in an end is not a bad concept. And that's what Roger's trying to do here. And Michelle and Howard are really working this one over. It looks like, I don't know if it's got legs or not. Doesn't look like it has the legs to get there, but maybe it does. Going to fool me. And just did get to the other stone, so.
Touches.
Yep. Now a couple guards up here, and will go ahead and draw right around both of these. It's hard to steal with one guard. Once the guards are up, you want to, the old adage, the first hog to the trough, if you will. This also looks a little light. Middle well junked up here for Team Kessler.
As we say, building a wall. We're building a wall.
So like I said, after a couple of very conservative ends,
right,
this is shaping up like being more of the kind of curling end that at least certainly more fun to watch for those of us watching. Maybe a little less nerve-wracking for the players.
Looks like it has good weight. Is it a little deep?
Looks a little toasty, I think. Yeah. And that's going to go right through. Unfortunate miss there from MJ. And now Mike DiGeronimo's turn to make the draw.
This is the classic. Who can get the weight figured out first?
That's right.
And then you're like, oh boy, now they're under guards. So then you start peeling guards.
Exactly. This weight looks pretty good. Starting to really curl on him here, and he's hoping to get it behind cover. And it's going to be past the tee line a little bit, I think. Oh, that's a good shot. Right on the half on the tee line.
Nice draw.
And as Tim just pointed out, now Roger will start opening up the front end.
Peeling the onion. Peeling the onion. And obviously you didn't want to nose that because you didn't want to keep that shooter around.
Right.
So got one out of the way. Now that shot rock on the button is fully exposed. So Mike Kessler's going to ask for a draw to lock that up.
A little heavier, I think, this one. Ann and Liz are just parading alongside of it here. It doesn't look like this is back house weight. And that's not quite what they had in mind. He was looking to guard it up. Anywhere in front of it would have been okay. So an unfortunate miss there for Kessler. Now this is going to give Howie a chance to hit and roll here. See players communicating to each other what kind of weight they'd like to throw.
Yeah, I think.
Ideal shot here is to hit and slide underneath the guards with hammer here for Roger. He'll be back in line for his 2.
This looks like a little down weight, or as we say, normal and then control is the next kind of level down. So this, to me, from how he typically shoots, it looks like a little bit of a control weight, a little softer weight, and hopefully to try to keep the shooter around.
It's certainly not going to roll under. It's going to sit right there.
It didn't get to center line, so
Yep.
Stays outside and exposed. Like I said, that roll part of the hit and roll is always the tricky part.
Definitely.
You got to get the line and the right weight. And
Information on the speed from your front end is very important.
so the other teams just finishing their second ends. We'll be updating you on those in just a second.
Almost got the roll there. Nice throw from Liz.
Team Hagbird taking 4 in their second end. Over Team Kane, up 4-1 now after 2 ends.
Now Michelle McEnroe's turn to try and hit and slide under cover here. No, just not curling there. Real nice soft weight, and it just didn't come over. Mission accomplished in getting rid of the blue stone, but again, another sitting duck in the 8-foot circle here. Really nice weight, kind of just board, hack to board kind of weight, and just didn't move. Now we're out a little bit further here. Let's see if we can get some action on this stone. And it's still not curling right there. That stone ran very straight. And we're getting further away from the 4-foot circle. Still a chance to hit and roll here. I think she'd like to throw the same kind of weight she just threw, which is sort of what we call hack to board. Just doesn't move here. Roger with his hand up like she's outside, which is what that would tell me. And that's unfortunate. That might go right by it. Uh-oh. And got it behind the tee line. Just made contact with it and put it to the back. Right in the full 8 foot behind the tee line.
Just back 4. You can see about a half of that rock from our camera angle. Looks like Mike Kessler's going to try to get to it.
Nice steal opportunity now here for Mike. If he can Christmas tree these, put one down in between the yellow and the blue one, right on the top of the 4-foot circle in front of the blue one. Going to force Roger to draw the pin or full 4. I think ideally Mike would like to be full in the 4-foot circle here.
Yeah, he's not trying to come down to that blue one. He's
No.
just trying to stay high.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right in the 4-foot circle in front of the tee line would be a perfect spot for this stone. Just heard him say room to the front end, meaning it has a lot of room between the guard. And it looks like it's a little deep. It's actually going to come right to the backer. And it did.
Yep.
He'll sit 1 and 2, but everything's behind the tee line. Unfortunate for Mike, and a better opportunity now for Roger to be back in business to get more than one.
So just an update on sheet 4, Team Moore tying it up 1 apiece with Team Convoy through 2. So everybody's through 2 ends at this point.
So a nice chance here in the 3rd end for Roger Rowlett to draw one into the 4-foot circle here. Both of Mike Kessler's stones are behind the tee line. And as I always say when I'm doing these broadcasts, these are why the skips get the big bucks.
Don't be light.
Right. The skips who want to have the rock in their hand in this situation are usually the better skips.
Yeah, they like the pressure.
Yep. Howie raised his arm right away like he thought it had enough weight.
Yeah, it's outside.
Yeah,
outside, and it looks like it's got a lot of weight.
Outside is right.
Starting to come down now. Might tick off the blue.
Yep, just too heavy.
Yeah.
Just send it sailing.
And it sends up, goes, shooter leaves the rings, so. Opportunity for Mike Kessler. He's going to come the other side, and I guess he is going to take like top 4 undercover.
Oh, yeah.
Under the guards.
Good call. You've learned your lessons well, my friend. This is like where you want to just make mayhem for Roger at this point.
Yes.
What can I do to make the other opponent squirm?
Right.
And I would say top 4 behind that blue guard would be ideal, or full in the 4-foot. Just not behind the tee line. That's not a good shot.
Right.
I mean, if you're short, what we call a pro side miss, short's okay because it'll block the ring, it'll cut the rings down. last stone for Mike Kessler here in the third end. Roger still has the hammer rock to come.
There they go. Weight must be good close. Sweeper's sweeping hard.
And they got full in the 12-foot. And again, like I just said, where you want to miss this shot is short and not deep, and he did so. Big pressure here for Roger against 3 now.
Blue sitting 3 right now in the rings, so yeah, all the pressure on Roger to try to get this yellow stone. So basically, he's got to come down to that blue in the back 4, or
right.
touch 4.
Sure.
Touch 4.
And the miss would be to be full in the 8-foot and cut him to 1.
Right.
Again, not the end of the world.
Yep.
What you don't want to be here is heavy and drop a bundle, so
Right.
he's got to adjust his weight a little bit from the first one. Front end seems like it's light, so they're on it.
Try to keep it off that guard. Looks like they got a lot of room on the.
It's just not curling.
Just weight, yeah.
It's not curling. They might have overbaked this one too. They overbaked it. Gonna cut him down to 1.
Okay.
Overbaked it. Front end made a little bit of a boo-boo. They were sweeping that like he was light, and he wasn't. So they were a little fooled by that one. And a steal of 1 for Mike Kessler to take a 2-0 lead. And we'll play the 4th end.
Especially when they don't know anything about it. Really.
Ann's guard request coming in to the center line here. This looks like a mid guard, a few feet off the rings. And Roger Rowlett calling for the top 4 draw from MJ Walsh. Sweepers on it early. Looks like it's got plenty of room off the guard at this point. They're really sweeping for depth. Coming up now, well, this looks like a good shot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Keep going, try to get it right behind. Yep, great shot there. Very nice.
Couldn't have, as we like to say, couldn't have walked down and set it there.
That's right.
Right? Yeah.
Carry that puppy down and set it down.
Although I sometimes feel that no matter where I put it, even if it's right where the skip called the broom, I always say they're never happy.
Yeah.
Just never seem happy.
Goes with being a skip, I guess. Tough to
A
please.
little curmudgeon-y at times. Okay, Ian's coming down to it, I think.
A little wide
Maybe.
here. A little wide. This is going right by it, I think. No, maybe a little contact here. I can't see with Mike. Oh, just
a
nudged
little
it.
bump, yeah.
If you're Roger, you want to get that as far back as you can.
You know, and the leads don't get asked to do many hits, so I know as a new lead, that was one of my fears, is like, oh, geez, I got to do a hit. I don't know if I do know how to do these as well
I agree
as
with
do
that. I
the
think it's
cards.
easier to get a new curler to throw a draw. And looks like she might have left this one out a little bit.
I jinxed her.
Going
I'm
right by
sorry.
it. Wow, just
I'm jinxed her. I'm
sailed on
sorry,
by.
MJ. I didn't mean to say that.
That's all right. She's not a new curler, so it's all good.
No.
Now Mike will come down and freeze to this shot rock here. Mike's had a little bit of a struggle with DiGeronimo finding draw weight here early in the game. Looks like he's got a pretty good one here.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
This is going to work out real good. That's a fine shot from Mike DiGeronimo.
Nice.
Exactly what Mike was hoping for.
Take a look at that.
Mike and Mike.
Look at that. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Very nice.
They tell me, Dave, that that's the hardest shot in curling, the freeze, right? Because you got to have perfect line, perfect weight.
Yeah. Let alone doing it
And the
twice.
sweeper's got to, do the right thing.
Yep. That's why that information that you get from the front end is so huge in that respect.
Right.
You can call line all day long. If you get some help with the weight, it's what makes curling played at its most pure is when everybody's on the same page on the team that you're playing with or against. And Howie's going to do the same thing. This might jiggle him around a little bit, but well, that's a great shot. Beauty.
Yeah.
So this could be one of those ends that I was hoping for, with a lot of rocks in play and a lot of things to look over and think about. And Mike's going to draw here. And if you're Mike DiGeronimo and you can get one behind these three rocks in front of the tee line, you're in business because the way they're set up, it's going to be really hard to get at them.
Yeah. Don't have enough rocks to peel all those out. Well,
True.
you could try.
You got to move them. You might have to be forced to move them around if you're Roger, if Mike sticks one here.
So I can't say Central.
What do you think?
That slash is wide open for them there.
A little heavy. A little toasty.
Got a nice little
Little Rodney Dangerfield shot at the end there.
little slide in there under cover. I met Rodney Dangerfield once in Florida.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was he as pleasant as I thought he would be?
He's okay. Nice guy.
Caddyshack still will be one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
So it looks like yellow shot rock in front of the 4 foot. Roger's going to have Howie draw here. No sense starting to play around with the front end. You got to get rocks on the 4 foot paint here.
Yeah, he's got the backing and the.
They were screaming. The front end was screaming like it was light. This is not light.
No.
Not light at all. That's a great shot from Howie to
Yeah.
sit 1 and 2 now. There's room, though, for Mike to spoil the end. MJ and Michelle were adamantly yelling that they thought it was light. A little bit of a miscue there. Easy enough to do. Big opportunity for Mike to steal here if he can get one on the pot. Liz DiGeronimo here with a big chance. Again, does not look light at all.
No.
It's wide and a little toasty.
Starting to slow down now. I don't think it's going to get there though. It's going to.
Oh, look, it's
no,
making
no,
a
no,
hook.
look.
Oh, it hooked.
Oh yeah.
It hooked right in.
Look
It's
at
going to
this.
lock right on the one in the back. That's pretty darn good. That baby is what we call in jail. That's going nowhere. Good shot. Made a funny
Beautiful
little
shot.
made a funny little move at the top of the 12 foot. Looked like it was wide. And
Yep.
as it lost momentum, it kind of
Yep.
picked a little or hooked, but it was a very fortunate shot there for Kessler.
Really came in nice. Yep. We're all a little panicked there for a second.
Indeed.
Held in,
But here's the end I was talking about a little earlier in the game, Tim, that
yeah.
this is making for good curling here now. Again, it looks, they're fooling me because it looks heavy. and wide. It's trying to curl. Let's see if this one will hook like the other one.
It's
And
going to hit it, but it's going to stay outside.
still shot. Not sure. I think blue is still shot.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I think Kessler's still shot. Yes, he is. So he's going to stuff another one in there now.
Yeah, what did you? I think you said there's going to be 10 rocks in play.
And we're working
And
on it.
Yeah, we're pretty close there.
Funny game we play. Clean end. All of a sudden, there's 7 rocks, 8 rocks in play. Almost guaranteed to happen. This looks heavy and wide. So Mike say sweep
Mike's,
it by.
Yeah, Mike's calling to have it.
Yeah. Just too much weight.
Stay
More
off-
like a
doesn't
hack
want to
weight.
promote the yellow in.
Yeah, more like a hack weight shot. Unfortunate there for Liz. And now the door is once again open for Roger to get to the promised land here. Big shot here from Michelle McEnroe. Kessler had 2-0. We're in the 4th end. Last vice stone for Team Rowlett. To me, this looks perfect.
Yeah, line looks really good. Oh, now it's starting
boy,
to
well,
curl hard.
buckled.
It buckled. Yeah, buckled on.
Oh, it just came, just lost the line.
Yep.
So a little misread on the line shot there. It had enough weight.
Probably the hindsight is 20/20, but having the sweepers kind of get on that and stay on it would have kept that perfect because the line looked perfect, the weight looked perfect.
Weight
And then
was superb.
Yep, and it just bit in and started to turn. So
Left it in a good spot, however.
sometimes it's good to keep the sweep up if you don't think you're going to hurt it.
So Mike's looking to corner freeze this rock that Michelle just threw, so it can't be promoted. Corner freeze on the inside, close to the center. And in the inimitable words of my friend Bill Morehouse, short is okay here. Short's okay. You don't want to tap it up for him, right?
So blue's sitting shot in the back of the 4-foot, right?
Yep.
Plenty of rocks in the way. Can they? No, there's no way they can't get through. There's no way they can get through.
No, there's not
with
enough
blue.
room to draw through there.
No.
So again, you want to be thinking short here.
Yeah, so Mike Kessler's trying to take away the rays, the yellow rays
Yep.
on the 4-foot. So let's take away that.
It looks wide.
And Ann Stuhlman, I love it when skips put the broom exactly where they want the stone as a front-end player if I'm playing front-end.
He's not going to get the freeze that he wanted here. It's actually going to still be promotable with a blue-yellow tap-up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what Roger's going to throw. Or he might draw the other side. He's got room to draw the other way, too. Can't see with Michelle in the way here. Not even looking at the blue tap. Guess if he hits that yellow stone with just kind of back 8 kind of weight, pop,
Yeah.
pop, he can just kind of back house weight. He can pop that yellow stone that's in front of the 4-foot. Right to prison, matter of fact, if he hits it right.
Dave, I got to give you credit. There's 10 stones in the house right now.
I knew it. I knew it was going to happen at least once in this game. I've never seen a championship curling game that didn't have an end like this at any level.
Yeah.
Even the way the big boys play it, big girls. And right now, our club curlers who are playing for the championship of our mixed event are playing it like the big people play it.
Yeah.
So
Playing like pros.
yeah, making for a fun game to watch and commentate. Hack weight, Roger just yelled.
Is he going to try this yellow-blue-yellow
I think so.
combo
I
kind
don't
of?
think he has anything to lose by doing it.
Yeah.
He's just got to make contact with the yellow rock. The way they're lined up, that yellow rock that's at the top of the 4-foot, if he hits it with enough weight, all it's got to be is near the button, right? And it'll be
And he
buried.
needs to bring that yellow in full 4.
correct.
Yeah, because that blue back
Yep.
That's too bad. That other yellow he's got there is almost just about an inch outside of the shot rock.
Tough shot. I mean, there's a guard 5 feet outside the park right on the center line, so it's not like it's wide open, right?
No, this is a doable shot, but
Yeah.
it's tricky. Again, you got to get perfect line, perfect weight. Although you could come back. Does that yellow come back and hit the blue?
I don't think so, the way it's
So-
lined up. It might nudge off the second rock.
I'm thinking I'm going to try drawing here.
Yep.
Can I?
I don't think that's the trajectory it's going to go in.
No, I think it's going more this way.
Correct. So if you have enough weight, you can almost
Yeah, it's going more
deflect
this
it
way.
off that and just lock it right onto the blue one, and that would be the ideal shot. Wants to give him a chance at 2 as well here.
Now he's looking at the. He's
Talked
looking at
himself out of the
this,
yellow, blue, yellow.
This to here.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
No more than back house weight. No more than. Don't want to jiggle. You want to leave this yellow stone, that second rock, on the 4-foot if you can. Slightly cross the face of this blue rock in the 12-foot.
And this is his first stone, so he's got another one. Yeah, I think they're trying this one, bump.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, game on. Let's see how it goes.
Again, the blue stone that's shot rock's not going anywhere. So he may only get one chance at this.
Asking for a little less ice. Michelle makes the adjustment.
And wide. No handle. That was not what he had in mind.
So an unfortunate miss there for Team Rowlett, and looks like Mike Kessler now is going to block that raise that Roger was looking at.
So Mike's not going to give Roger a chance to make this. Give him another chance to make this. I thought Mike might come around with his out turn and try to stuff one in this way, but this is definitely a better option to up 2 here in the 4th end. Both skips got a little wide with their throws here. However, this is coming over because of being down weight. I think the shot's still makeable coming the other way. Whoops, now he's going back to the first plan. He's going to take a look at that because he can come with his out turn right up the center and still make that raise that he tried to make the first time.
Yeah, so you're thinking like down this way.
Yep. Boop.
There, and then do.
Yep. Nope, he's going to go back to the shot that he looked at prior to the blue-yellow raise. Now he's going yellow, blue, yellow.
This is oops,
Hammer stone.
coming in.
Yep. If he's got some weight on this shot and he hits anywhere on that yellow rock, I believe the shot's going to be made. just a matter of getting around that blue guard. Starting to curl. Oh, he made it through. It's a great shot. That's a beautiful shot. Roger Rowlett saves the end with a beautiful throw. Very nice. And it really was coming up hard, too. Holy smokes. I wasn't sure it was going to get by.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Fine shot there from Roger.
And front end, and Michelle called a great line on that one, too.
The beauty of the game.
Yep.
So after 4 ends, we have Team Kessler 2, Team Rowlett 1, moving on to the 5th. Fine shot there from Roger.
Taking a look around the rest of the ends. Team Crumma 3-1 over Team Brown after 3. Team Moore over Team Convoy 3-1, and Team Hagberg 4-3 over Team Kane.
Nice lead rock there from MJ Walsh. Mike going to the wing here with Ann's first stone.
This one runs a little deep for Ann.
I think Roger called for another guard here. Plenty of weight. Oh, nice throw from MJ right in front of the T-line. Beauty.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I'll try a nice soft come around here. Hammer back to Team Kessler after a score of 1 in the 4th end by Rowlett. And beautiful shot. And it's going to stick around. Very nice. Nice throw.
Roger says, make it go away.
Yep. Looks like Howie's all over it. And nice shot. Going to lose the rings, however. But mission accomplished. You know, in a game, anybody who says they don't want that rock to hang around in a close game is crazy. you want that rock to stick around. Even a little biter out there.
Fighters are good.
Little
yeah.
protection
You
shot.
never know.
Peel attempt successful.
So, goes away from
Roger will
Mike.
put that back.
Yeah, Howie and Mike DiGeronimo, both really good hit players. I mean, I've seen Mike DiGeronimo throw weight like I've never seen people throw. I tell him he has missile weight.
It's all good if you can keep it on line.
Yeah.
Good shot. And that'll go bye-bye.
Yeah, 5 rock rule along over with, so. Let's peel.
And peel successful. Fifth end and an excellent game that's breezing right along here.
Oh, yeah.
To those watching who don't know curling the way that we know it, sometimes curling can look like it's extremely boring. And if you're playing the game, it's just like sometimes like being on needles and pins, it just doesn't. Things have a way of sometimes working out and sometimes not. Both teams are playing real excellent here.
Yeah. Looks like this one might just sneak in.
I think so. Oh, top 8.
Top 8. Yeah.
Yep. Once again, Mike Kessler is thinking a blank end.
This one looks a little down weight.
Yep, which is good because she was a little outside. The down weight's going to allow it to curl. And this might leave a guard. Okay. That changes the plot just a little bit. I think Roger will still make this go bye-bye. Both skips trying to think and blank end here at this point. Good looking shot here from Michelle. Going to come right to the nose, I believe. Pretty much right on the beak. Very nicely thrown. And once again, Mike wasting no time to set his broom down and look for the peel. Nicely thrown, nicely swept right to the nose, just off. It's a biter.
And sheet 5, our D final, it's tied up. So Bob Kane just took one in the force, so tied up after 4 apiece after 4.
Looks like pretty nice tight games all over the shed, huh?
Yeah. No runaways. No runaway scores yet.
Wow. Eric Crummah just made a Beautiful raised takeout to get 4 in the 4th end of the B event final.
So Roger with his first stone, trying to knock this blue one out, keep a nice clean house. And obviously the
Nicely
nose,
thrown.
yeah, nice, and that one stays outside of the house because of the wasn't just a biter, so
So
house is open.
the fact that that's now gives Mike a chance to draw behind it. So here's a chance for Mike Kessler to put himself into the 2 category here, try to score 2. If he can get one behind the guard and Roger misses,
Yep.
Mike's playing for 2.
So the preference would have been just to peel that, right? And lose
Definitely.
The sugar, yeah. Yeah.
Or be on the rings,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave Mike a bit of a corner guard here, so Mike will use it.
Here's the draw attempt. Sweeping for weight.
Coming over now. A lot of room. A lot of room between that. The guard, there's a foot of room. And they got a biter out of it,
Yeah.
but it's right in the open.
Wide open.
Just a little light. One broom too light.
Oh man, if they could have curled just a little, another foot and got under cover,
Yep, then it
then it turns into a double kind of situation.
Sure.
Kind of double hit.
even a little further, you know, you get it to the
Yeah.
top of the 4 foot, it makes the run back more difficult, right?
Right. Put a little distance between them.
Yep. Roger will get rid of this blue stone, and then now if you're Mike, do you want to go ahead by 2? Or do you blanket? We'll see what he's got up his sleeve. I would be willing to bet that if neither yellow rock is on the rings, that he's going to blank the end.
This last stone for the yellow team. This end.
Coming over nice here for Roger. And mission accomplished.
Oh, nice. He got one on. That's nice. So he's forcing Mike Kessler to deal with that.
Correct.
Yep. And it's a little bit on the outside, so it's, you know.
Does not want to stay on the rings here. He
Yep.
wants to blank the end.
Yeah. None of these shots are routine, are they? Especially.
No, they're not. You know, they appear routine when you're up here
Yeah.
with headphones on watching, but they're not. Still got to execute.
Even the pros, you see the pros have issues with hits every now and then. Great shot.
Yep. Mission accomplished there for Mike. Nicely thrown. And another blank end. I thought we'd see a couple, and we now have them. And the 6th end getting ready to play here. 2-1 Kessler over Rowlett in a well-played mixed championship final.
Looks like sheet 4 after 4 ends. Team Moore picked up one more. Looks like they got a steal over Team Convoy. So 4-1 on sheet 4. Team Moore in the lead. Team 4 apiece after 4 ends. Team Hagberg versus Team Kane. And then 7-1 between Team Crumma and Team Brown. Team Crumma up 7-1 after 4. So Team Kessler likes this. You get to hammer in the even ends, right? That's a good one because that way,
Stay in
if
control.
you're alternating, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You want to score this end, and then that way you got hammer in the 8th. So
I think Mike would be content to play the next 2 ends the way the previous end was played.
sure. So that was a come-around attempt that hit the guard, pulled that into the rings.
Yep. Didn't leave her shooter in a bad spot. It's a nice corner guard. It's a little closer to the center line, but it's not in a bad spot. And Roger's going to come around that guard itself. Thought he might throw another center guard here, but asking MJ which way she'd like to come at it.
So you want this one really about there?
Yes. Perfect spot for it. Perfect.
Yeah, nice shot.
Beautiful shot from MJ. That's
Pretty much where
pretty
we
much
drew
where you wanted
where we
it. Where
drew
you
it.
drew
It's- So Mike's doing a little maintenance. Can he get a double? If he hits it
Sure
on
he
the
can.
outside, yeah. Ian's certainly thrown her share of these. It's close. Gonna be close.
Almost.
Almost got the double.
Well thrown.
It's the bonus, right? The double is the bonus. You just
Yes.
you got to hit the first rock. So make sure you get that done. Can't be heartbroken over not getting a double.
Right.
So Howie Feldman being asked to draw in.
Yeah, not too deep here. You don't want to leave a sit and duck double.
Yep.
The old Christmas tree shot, somewhere in between the blue one and the yellow one, showing half a rock with the shooter. And it looks like he's got a great line on it, a little outside me. Really starting to come over nicely now, though. Just the biter's okay. Definitely would like to get a biter out of it. Not quite. Left it in a good spot, though.
Touch short.
Mike's going to run it. Maybe not. Kane's going to run his own stone here.
Taking the high guard.
Yeah. Yelling down the ice to Mikey. Normal takeout. Line seeing where he's got to hit it pretty much on the Nozzola.
He's going to nose that one back and hit the yellow.
And if he peels it, that's okay too. He hits it a little high. He's going to get rid of the yellow one at the top of the circles.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like what he's got.
Staying outside.
Yeah, he's just going to make her
curling.
buy it. Oh my
Not
God,
curling.
no.
He's going to peel it.
Okay. Now we got a guard. I think you want to be near the rings on this one. You want to be up 3 or 4 feet outside the rings, right in front of the yellow one.
A little heavy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Coming in.
Wouldn't be bad to chip it behind these two
Down to it.
if it comes. He has enough
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. I don't know. He's got enough of the rock to do it. Not really. Not exactly what they wanted. Can see pretty much 3/4 of a rock there, 2/3 anyway.
Yeah.
I just got a visual.
Hard to come underneath it though. Hard to get underneath the guards.
Man, this one over curled. A little bit.
And a good outcome though.
Yeah. Opened it up. Yellow sitting 2. Roger calling for a guard. Yep.
Both front end players waving hello to Roger down the ice. The sign that she's a little heavy.
Is that they're being friendly to the skip and just wishing
I
him a
think
good
she
day?
threw a pretty perfect rock
Yeah, it
here.
looks really good.
It's a good stone.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect, good, nice.
I think they may
Nice
have thought it was
cover.
heavier than it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they were, maybe a little frosty out there. Yeah, lined up really well. Nice protection. Got the guard. Little ricochet off the one in the back. Put the top 12 back. Yep. Why not? So Michelle getting her chance to do the same thing all over again. Line looks good. Weight's close. Sweeper's controlling it well. Oh, this one's biting in a little harder. Doesn't look like it's got the distance to get the full coverage that they had before. So, how it looked like maybe it may have picked up something off the ice, or so that one leaves the shot rock wide open now. And Liz being asked to get rid of that. Sweepers are on it early. Oh, looks like it picked. Oh, how unfortunate.
Oh boy.
They had a pick.
First one of the game and in a very crucial spot.
You just got to shake those off. I hate when I'm
What are you
when I'm
gonna do?
throwing and those happen. Oh, they just.
It happens at
irritate
every
me.
level of curling. It doesn't just happen at the Utica Curling Club in the mixed finals or in league night. It happens at a world level. It happens.
Yeah, it's been pretty. The ice has been clean this weekend. There wasn't, sometimes you get. There just seems to be a lot of stuff out there for whatever reason, but it's been pretty clean this weekend.
I always say that we're blessed to play on the ice that we do.
Yeah,
In some places it's tricky. The weather will affect it. The weather outside affects it.
sure.
Humidity affects it. Scraping patterns affect it. The stones sometimes pick stuff up. It's just a very imperfect science. As clean as the game has become in the modern era, there's still a lot of variables that can create havoc with making the stone go where you want.
Yep.
And God forbid you offer somebody who's got a funny delivery, or they turn the stone, or they pitch it. It's There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with getting a curling rock to go where you want it to go. For those of you folks who play golf, you know it's a very similar game in that respect. Sometimes you knock them off the trees and it winds up on the green.
Okay, so Roger's trying to come the other way now and protect shot rock, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The old saying, a kingdom for a guard here.
Yeah.
This is,
It's always good when the skips are throwing guards.
you got that right.
Must have done something right.
Good guard here can put a lot of pressure on Kessler to clear things out and get himself a look at the forefoot.
It's good. It might be a little. It's going to be touching maybe just short of the rings. Yeah.
Pretty much an ideal
Beautiful
shot. Yep.
Beauty.
Now, if you're Kessler, do you take a chance at an angle raise with his first stone? He does have hammer here.
Right.
Or do you peel the yellow one and go for a double? That's what he's going to do.
This
Yeah.
in that way.
Not even thinking about it. He's going to go ahead and open it up.
So he's trying the probably run this one back this way and maybe catch spill this way.
Yeah, I would
spill
say.
the shooter that way.
You don't want to leave it. You don't want to leave the park sitting the same way by jamming.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
You don't want to nose it.
Little tricky angles here to make it a successful double takeout. There is a possibility of leaving the park sitting the same way that it's sitting.
Yep.
Guarded.
Through 5, Team Brown took 1 in the 5th, so 7-2 on sheet 2, which is our B final between Team Brown and Team Crumma. Team Crumma ahead 7-2.
Just going to peel the top one, I think. Yep. And not exactly what he had in mind. I'm sure he wanted to run it into the yellow one that's on the forefoot. Now Roger throws a center guard here.
Just
Mike's in a little bit of trouble.
No, he's gonna put this back, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna leave that angle blue raise.
Oh, all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All day. Right alongside of the blue one would be fine. Just touching the center line.
Yep. Yellow sitting 2, blue sits 3rd rock. And if he doesn't get this guard, then the double's there for they could double those yellows out.
Very true.
Certainly possible.
Yep.
With a nose hit. Then they could take 2. Blue could take 2.
He's on a little wider path than he was with his first one, but he's down weight, and I think it'll curl. And here it comes. Might just chip off the blue one at the very end here, which is going to leave it in a great spot.
But checked up, slowed up a lot.
Worked out well.
Yeah.
Now Mike's almost forced to make this angle raise.
Yeah, so it's coming in this way.
Yep. This would be the hammerstone of the 6th end. Well played, A final 2020 Mixed Championship, Utica Curling Club.
This is no gimme. Well, you know,
He's
now
got
is-
a
is
chance
he
to in
thinking
off his
draw?
own. He's actually
Okay.
thinking about possibly in off his
yeah.
own, maybe. No, he's drawn.
Yeah, so he can
That looks like a draw to me.
draws
Draw.
an option, but boom, raise, but that's risky.
If he touches the
And-
4-foot circle, he only gives Roger 1, right?
Yeah, and I mean, in this raise, he only gets 1,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
And then he's got the, like you say, there's this in off, but
Yep. Looks like he's going to
that's-
trust his draw weight here.
Yeah.
And try and just hit the 4-foot circle to cut Roger to 1.
Yeah, I always think about how many stones am I affecting, right? If I'm just affecting the stone that I'm throwing, that's probably the least risky
Sure.
shot.
Hammer in the 6th end. Looks like it might be over curling.
How's the line? Yeah.
Oh,
looks
it's
like
over
on the
curling.
card.
It's going to drop a deuce here.
They can't play the raise. Not enough weight.
So a steal of 2 for Rowlett to take a 3-2 lead, heading for the 7th end. First multiple score of the game.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate miss for Team Kessler.
Yeah, it just came up a little light there.
So through 6, 3-2. Team Rowlett over Team Kessler. And being asked to come around that guard. Weight looks close. It's coming in. Sweepers are on it. It's a good shot. Oh, yeah.
Yep, full 12 behind the guard. Roger will probably try to freeze down to this one or throw another center guard. Oh, he's going to try. He's getting aggressive here. Heading for the 4-foot. Putting trust in MJ's draw weight.
Yeah, she's been good on draw weight tonight. She had a couple go deep, but she's also had some in there. So she's shooting well today.
Just not coming over. A little heavy, maybe. A little toasty. Yeah, it's gone. Biter in the back.
On for a
Yep.
biter.
I think Mike will go for the button here now. Yep.
Basically about the same way and just through. The sweepers can probably maybe pull it another couple feet.
Sure.
As a shooter, right, you never want to get too crazy with your weight adjustment.
This might be a real fast little run here, too. This looks a little toasty also.
Don't know if it's got enough curl to get
Fast
that
piece of
yellow.
real estate right there.
Yeah.
Both players even threw more than the first one.
It just bumped the yellow.
Nudge them off the rings. And it's fast there.
Both look like biters.
Yep.
Let's try it again.
Howie Feldman with a chance to put a steel end in complete control of the end here. If he can get one behind this blue stone in the 12-foot, Team Rowlett will be a lot better off. Looks a little tight on the line here. And it's actually going to pop the blue one a little further. Might pop the blue one out in the open. And in fact, that's
Yep.
what it did. Now some options here for Mike. Sitting 1. Little tap. Tap it behind this yellow rock that he just pointed to on the 12-foot would be perfect. Kind of split him.
Yep. Wow, this one's curling quite a bit.
A little light.
Yeah.
He's jumping in and helping his own cause here. Gonna sit 1 and 2, I believe. No, it didn't quite get there.
Checked up short. Yeah.
So Roger's going to try the same shot that Mike just attempted, with the exception of heavy enough to get the blue rock off the rings. Keep his shooter somewhere over on the, looking down the ice to the right to Roger's left. And he's all over it, I think.
It's on the outside
I
blue.
think so. Yep, mission accomplished. Big weight there from Howie. Now, free shot to the 4-foot here for Kessler. From the hands of Mike DiGeronimo to the 4-foot circle would be a good one for Kessler. Just not coming over. Guess it's starting to make a move now. Don't know if it's going to bury or not, but it's really nice weight there from Mike. It just didn't come over. He left it right in the open.
Yeah.
Just didn't curl.
Boy, and got another foot there would have been
Oh, absolutely.
beautiful.
Cleanup time here for Michelle.
Yep.
Anything to get this rock off the rings without running it into the 2 in the back 12 would be fine. Don't want to run it into the ones in the back and leave it around. Nice control weight here.
Stay on it, yeah. Just make sure.
This might jam,
It's going back, yeah.
and it's going to jam it. Okay.
Not the worst thing in the world, but
Well, if you're Mike and you can get rid of this yellow rock
Yeah.
and come underneath, he's setting himself up for a multiple end here. Pretty crucial shot in a tightly contested curling match here. Liz DiGeronimo with a chance to set Team Kessler up for a multiple end. Just not curling. Might run it right back onto the other one.
yeah. Oh,
Still left Kessler sitting 1 and 2.
looks like blue's out counting the back there. Looks like this blue is out counting the yellow. It's hard to tell from the camera angle.
Yeah, I think blue's
So it looks
sitting 1 and 2.
Blue's sitting 1, 2, yeah.
And again, here's a chance. The door's open for Rowlett to steal here. If he can get rid of this blue rock and slide under these guards,
Yep.
would be the ideal place for it.
Roger's calling for bumper weight.
He's going to like this one. That's a great shot.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Yellow sitting 1, blues 2, yellow 3 and 4, it looks like.
Yep. Door's still open to get to the 4 foot wide open. The 8 foot circle's wide open. So great shot there from Michelle. Now Liz's chance to put Mike back in line for a deuce if she can get one behind these guards, out counting the yellow one. Front end is content that it has plenty of weight. It's just
A
not
little hot,
curling.
yeah.
Just not coming over.
Coming down to the yellow in the back, looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
8 foot circle still wide open here.
The ever elusive draw. Trying and trying.
No hammer here for roulette. Kessler has the hammer down 1 here in the 7th end. We're down to skip rocks. And a very entertaining curling game that we were hoping for. And it's been pretty much everything we'd hoped for.
Yeah.
Roger with a big chance here. If he can get one behind these guards on the 4 foot circle, he's going to be in a good spot here to certainly hold Mike to 1 and quite possibly steal. I think Roger would be content to come home with the hammer tied. Not curling. Not curling. MJ trying to directionally sweep it to get it to buckle, but it's just not going anywhere. We've seen a bunch of rocks go down that path that just didn't move.
You just see that rock just outside of the
Yeah,
rings. that
half a
Roger
foot
is through.
from the rings. So if you're Mike here, what do you do?
So you're going to try to maybe bump.
Make a little thin slash double and get rid of that yellow rock and sit 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or draw the other way. Might be drawn the other way here. A lot of room. 8 foot circles wide open.
Come right in here.
Yep. Haven't thrown many rocks here. It's liable to be a little stiffer ice out here.
Front end may not know exactly what the weight is.
And it's during the course of this game, this particular line has been lightning quick. So
Yeah.
I should check my words before I say that, because this has been real fast over here. Just hasn't been played this end.
Team Brown steals 1 in the 5th. Sorry, in the 6th. On sheet 2, our B final. 7-3, Team Crum in the lead. Sweeper's hard on that one coming up. Gonna run deep. Looks like it's running deep.
Sure looks
Dave.
like it, yeah.
Down to the backers.
Just. Could be shot rock, however. Could be hard to tell from this angle.
Take a look.
They're both looking.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty amazing that the 8-foot circle is still open.
So I'm not sure, but they're going to try to draw.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, like and you called it. This line is fast, very fast. So it's got to be a Goldilocks shot.
You got that right.
Perfect line, just the right weight. Not
Yep.
too light, not too deep, and you got to stay off that guard up at the just outside the house.
Yep, just touching the 4-foot ring would probably be superb behind all these clutter in front of the house.
Yeah. And there's 3 blue backers in case you get heavy. Looks like they got plenty of room off the guards. Here they go. Down to the blue in the back.
Yep, sure is. Going to sit 1 and 2, however.
It's a good shot.
And that's a great shot because it takes all those blue stones out of play in the back.
Right, and it's frozen, so against that blue, so it's,
Mike gets the draw against 2 here.
yeah.
Looks like it's pretty easy to be heavy on that line, huh, Tim?
Yeah,
You know, it
they-
just
they were
goes
all-
and goes and goes.
Look at, as you said, this has been a fast path the whole game. So
Now, it'll be interesting to see if he throws the right weight, if it's going to curl hard. It's been kind of hanging out there a little bit for those throwing this line. So it'll be interesting to see if he throws the right weight. Hammerstone to the 7th end. Kessler chasing 1, throwing against 2. Definitely got enough weight. And it ain't curling. But it's going to come to the back, I believe. I don't know.
Be a little
I
wide.
don't know. Oh, it just rolled off.
oh,
So he left Rowlett sitting 1. And Kessler's going to have the hammer down 2 coming for home.
so 2 steals in a row for Team Rowlett, both in N6. They steal 2 and N7, stealing 1. Both teams playing really well today. Little adjustment in weight and some line, but overall both teams playing very, very well as individuals. So coming up to the 8th end for this 2020 Utica Curling Club Mixed Championship, MJ Walsh with her first of the 8th end. This one just coming into the touch top 8. So Rogers up 2
No hammer.
without hammer, and he's just going to keep things clean, right?
Absolutely. Well, you want to junk it up. That's why he went right onto the rings. Closer in there is the shot. You don't want to give Mike a chance to come around and get one in there right away.
Yep.
That's why Mike's freezing here. Mike's going to treat that yellow rock like his friend here. pretty good. A little short, maybe.
Just a bit. Comes up a couple feet short of the rings.
Aggressive here from Roger. Pro side misses short, like he just tapped his broom, but I'm okay going top 4 here if you can get there. I think you got to be thinking short, and if you're throwing the stone, you want to be thinking short. Having a good second like Howie is a great thing to be in this situation here, because once the free guard zone is over, he's certainly going to start trying to eliminate blue rocks. Numbers game at this point.
Right. Oh, look at this.
This
shot.
is a money shot here
Look
from
at that
MJ.
shot.
This is a money ball. Beautiful shot. No panic here from Mike. He's going to try and freeze to it. If you freeze to this stone right in front of it, when you start to peel, it's safe that you're not going to take your own rock out, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Looks good. Coming over now. What a game.
Ah,
What an absolute game. A
Great
little short.
No, keep sweeping. No, it's going right in. It's going down right in.
the roar of the crowd from the action on sheet 4.
That's a nice curling shot. That's a beauty. Mike's going to let
Yeah,
that
they're
one
stacking
go,
them
I
up here.
think. I don't know. I think he might. Does he have to? He's down 2. Going to have to run this one now? I think so. Absolutely.
Team Hagbird through 6 ends up 6-4 over Team Kane.
Just looking for kind of control weight here. All over it. Nice shot there from Mike DiGeronimo. Unfortunately, he splashed it out into the open there. This will make a relatively easy takeout for Howie Feldman. Famous last words, though. Relatively easy takeout, right? As you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Mike and Howie both good players.
Yep.
Very experienced.
Oh boy.
This one
Over curled
a
on
little
him.
bit.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Don't know who shot just yet. Boy, it came up hard. Yellow is shot rock as Mike just relayed down to his second, Mike DiGeronimo. Yep.
So how do I get there?
Same shot. Just want to
Try to angle the
angle the yellow in. Just off nose and kind of split them.
Split 'em.
So you open the forefoot up, right?
Get rid of both of them.
Yep. Line's pretty good. Beautiful shot.
Nice. Wow.
And he left his shooter. Oh, I think yellow's still second rock. Good shot, though. Nice, great shot from Mike DiGeronimo. So blue is 1 back here in the back 4. Yellow's second rock behind the tee line in the 12-foot. And his shooter stayed on the rings, which is a pretty good, fortunate outcome there for Kessler.
Hard sweep being called for on the yellow coming in. I think it's coming down to the blue in the back.
Fine shot from
Yeah.
Michelle McEnroe. That's a beauty.
Yeah.
Very nicely thrown. So Kessler is in the same boat as Roger just was. However, there's a double here. There's a little bit of a thin double. Even if you could just come over and nudge the yellow rock out and sit 1-2, the second stone would be great. A little tight line here on this one, I believe. Not by.
Close.
No. Oh boy. That's unfortunate there for Liz. A little tight out of hand. They're on it right away. Handshakes on sheet 2 in the B event final. Congratulations to the rink of Eric Krumma, Melissa Foote, Jason Golubsky, and Audrey Foote. And they are B event winners. Congrats to the runner-up, George Brown, Cindy Brown, Pete Shirelli, and Cindy Shirelli. Pretty good looking guard there from Michelle. Just looking for a heavy draw, like a heavy draw here. Just to push it back and sit 1 would be ideal here for Kessler. Needs 2 to tie. Looks a little toasty. And wide. Gonna play the tick, maybe. Gonna go hope for the tick here. Gonna hope for the tick. Hoping for the tick. And he didn't get it. Too much weight there. Well, things are going from bad to worse here for Team Kessler. The 8th end with hammer. Rowlett sitting 1 and 2.
So you guard this up.
Yes. I don't mind coming into the 8-foot circle either. Like a Christmas tree shot between the 2 yellow ones. I don't mind that at all.
Yep.
Up 2. Top of the 4-foot right between the yellow one.
It's kind of like right about there.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Even a little further, tighter to the 4-foot. We're down to Skip Stones in our A event final. Roger Rowlett with a chance to I won't say seal the deal, but it'll be tough for Mike. If Roger can get one around the yellow rock that's on top of the rings into the 8-foot circle, full 8, touching the 4-foot,
Yep.
Mike's going to have a heck of a time trying to get a deuce out of this.
Yeah.
It's not narrow.
Trying to sweep this over.
Huh. Okay. Good news for Mike is I think it's second rock now. That's a big break for Mike, actually.
Yeah.
Tapped the rock that was third rock into second rock, so now if he can deal and get that rock off the 4-foot, he could sit 1 and 2 if he can keep his shooter. And he's going to come through that
So
port.
he's going to come down
Yep.
there.
Boom. Yep. Wouldn't be a bad thing to roll it over to the
This
second
side.
rock. Wouldn't be
Yeah.
horrible either. If he's a little heavy and he
roll
makes
that.
contact with that yellow rock, about a third of it, he may flop it right over onto that one and sit 1, 2. It is perfectly guarded, however, from sitting up above it like that. It is
Yeah.
a fine shot. He just got to get by the guard. Big shot here from Mike. Down to the last 2 stones. Roger still with 1 left. He's not off the yellow one yet. Not off the yellow one yet. And now he is. He's off it now.
Close.
It's a great shot. Don't know. However, he's 2 and 3 now. Roger's yellow shot rock in the back 4. Mike is sitting 2-3. And Roger 4-5.
I think Roger's got to guard this shot, right?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Yeah, this is.
Right to the top of the 4-foot would be fine.
You're going to try to get there, so yeah.
Right
somewhere.
there where Michelle's tapping her broom would be ideal. Right?
Yep. Yeah, Team Kessler needs 2 to tie here in the 8th, so.
And you want to be 1-2 if you're Roger here. You want to be sitting 1 and 2. If he's not 1 and 2, Mike can run that yellow one at the top off and, and lose both of those and sit 1 and 2, right?
Right.
You want to be 1-2 here. Excuse me. Might be all Mike has left if Roger throws, it comes up a little bit short. I would ask myself here, what's Mike got if Roger doesn't throw? He's got the yellow double
Yep.
to tie the game. I think Roger's going to like the outcome of this one a lot. Just doesn't want to come too deep here. Just 1 and 2.
Full 8. Full 8. Nice shot.
That is a really nice shot. However, there is a double there. There is a double there. Not sure he can come over the top with it without spilling the blue one on this side.
Yeah, so he's trying to do the
Maybe.
run this one, spill.
After a game as excellent as this has been played, I'd be very happy to see an extra end. If he sees what he can hit of it, I think he gets them
Yeah.
both, doesn't he?
It's there. It's absolutely there.
And it can go over the top. The fact that the blue stone and the yellow stone are level,
Yeah.
I think,
So he could run this one if he runs it this side.
yep,
Yeah,
and
then they
it'll
both
go.
go that way.
And he can even go over the top with it too, I think.
You don't want to jam though, right?
No, I'm not sure that
you
it's
can't-
jammable. I'm not sure.
Well,
I think if he just nicks it off of there, he's only got to move it.
yeah.
I'm not sure. He's going to throw some weight here. Control weight.
Okay.
This is the last shot, quite possibly, if we don't see an extra end. In a very well played game. It's going to go over the top, unfortunately, for Mike.
Wide.
Yeah, he threw it wide. And took himself out. So congratulations to the rink of Roger Rowlett, Michelle McEnroe, Howie Feldman, and MJ Walsh. They are the Mixed Championship Club champs. Also congratulations to runner-up, Mike Kessler, Liz DiGeronimo, Mike DiGeronimo, and Ann Stillman. They're also going to get to play in the Cobb as a runner-up.
So we still have 2 more games going on here in the in the house. Our C and D finals on sheets 4 and 5. So see if we can switch those over for you.
And Tim Crofton is going to switch our settings here and tune you into the C event final and the D event final. And I'm going to leave Tim alone in the broadcast booth the rest of the way, folks, and go do something for my congestion. It was a great game. Glad we had a chance to broadcast it for you, and enjoy the rest of the games. Tim will be right back.
Okay, so we're back on sheet 4. This is our C final. Team Moore versus Team Convoy. Skip Brian Moore throwing his first shot in this end. Taking a look at things, looks like Team Moore sitting 1, Team Convoy number 2, based on the camera angles here. Sometimes it's a little tricky for us to tell. And Team Moore in control of this game, 6-3 right now, through 6. Let's take a look at the far house here. So, looks like Tim is planning to do a draw in. Okay, Tim Convoy. Skip planning to do a draw in. Sheet 4, this is our C final event. Sweepers on it hard for weight. Looks like it's coming in contact with the guard. They might try to play the raise, pull that into the sheet. No, not quite enough. So Team Moore looking for the hit on the outside red. Of course, a nose hit will leave them sitting 2. And this looks like, oh, I'm sorry, he's drawing in. He's drawing in on this one. Sweepers on it. White looks close. Coming in. Running. Nice shot. Certainly one. That was certainly shot rock there. And looks like we're shaking on sheet 4. So congratulations to Team Moore. Skipped by Brian Moore, Carol Jones, Dale Jones, and Marge Moore. Winners of our C final event over Team Convoy. Tim Convoy, Lynn McLernan, Jeff Boer, and Dot Boer. We still have a game going on our D final over on sheet 5. We're going to move you over to that one just a second here. Be right back while we do that. Okay, over to our D final. This is between Team Kane, Bob Kane, and Team Hagberg, Blake Hagberg. Jim Rischel. Playing second for Team Kane. And these teams are tied at 6 through 7, so this is an interesting game. So Team Hagberg with the hammer on this end. Tie game, just trying to keep things open so he can make his 1 at the end. Looks like Blake's trying to clear these guards. Jeremy Zhang being asked to do that. Secure the shot out. Looks like he hit the broom and gets one of those guards out of the way. Peels off his shooter.
Did your cousin go?
Team Kane now looking.
He knows me from childhood.
He's going to put one, come around the opposite side. Looks like Bob is asking for another guard here. Try to block things up. Take a look at the house here. Everything's wide open at this point, so. Joyce Schaefer making her shot. Sweepers on it early. Looks like it's going to be past the red guard. Certainly a guard. Mid guard. House is still wide open.
Oh, he does. Okay, because I said he's always been that color. I've noticed.
Blake looking at the guards out front, wants to make sure he's got room to get his one at a tie score here on our D event final. All tied up at 6 apiece. Emily Schweitzer being asked to remove the guards out of the, get those guards out of the way. Sweepers on it hard. It's like the peel on the red. Opens it up a little bit. And it looks like Bob Kane's asking for another guard to be put back by Joyce.
So I guess turnabout's fair. Yeah. You left it all out there.
Certainly looks like guard weight. Coming down, Sweepers finishing it. And Blake asking to have another guard removed by Emily.
You're exhausted. All that falling you did.
Looks like mission accomplished there. Gets rid of the shooter. No, Team Kane's got a rock in the rings now, so. If you got any chance of a steal here from Blake, they're going to want to protect that. Probably bring one in top 12, top 8, and you see Bob there tapping his broom. So behind T line there with that stone for Team Kane. Red has the hammer in this tied up game for the final of our D championship here, the Utica Curling Club. This is Skip Bob Kane's first stone. Shot is away. Front end likes it, thinks the weight looks good. Starting to curl now. Sweeper's giving it a little bit of extra distance. And nice shot. Does come up short of the rings though, so there's still just one blue stone sitting in the house at this point. And looks like Team Hagberg is going to weigh a few options here. So Blake clearing the center line guard here. His first stone of the 8th end. Nice peel. So I think Bob's going to probably put that one back. This one, yeah, obviously he's going to try to run this one, put this one in. Keep it a little outside, so if there is a nose hit that red team couldn't be shot, so they'd have to either draw in and come down to this one to get their one. So last shot for Bob Kane. In the 8th end, tied 6 apiece. Sweepers indicating plenty of weight. This one is certainly looking like it's coming through the house weight-wise. So an unfortunate heavy draw there. So last shot of the game, Team Hagberg. They've got a hit and stick. One rock in the house right now belonging to Team Kane. So remove it and stay for the win. They spill out. We'd be going to an extra end. So our final for the A final, great game. Kessler stealing in the third, Team Rowlett stealing in the 6th and 7th and 8th ends for the win. Great game there, and we're off for the final shot, Team 8, in the 8th end for Blake Hagberg. This one looks a little outside. Oh, and an unfortunate miss there for Team Hagberg. So Team Kane victorious after 8, winning 7-6 over Team Hagberg. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to all the teams participating in the 2020 Utica Mixed Championship Finals this weekend. For the Utica Curling Club, this is Tim Crofton thanking you for joining us today, and we'll look forward to having you join us for our next appearance in the near future. Thanks, everybody.